There you go.
All right, you guys have been invited to feast, rest, then play a game possibly the next day. But before you guys leave the chambers, or he gives you guys someone to show you to your quarters for the night, the Udki and the 6 other kobolds rush in, and they've all got bags. And in front of each
That's
one
the
of
reward.
you,
Bags.
yes, in front of each one of you, they spill out 100 gold worth of assorted gems.
Oh,
Oh.
that
Wow.
is very
yeah.
generous.
They are not large; they are small. But yeah, and they basically a mix of diamonds and rubies and emeralds.
Are you saying the legendary Bombay Sapphire is not in these bags?
The legendary Bombay Sapphire is not in these bags.
Just to clarify, they gave us each 100 total, and they each gave us 100, right?
They give us 100 gold worth.
Right. Total.
Right.
So,
Okay.
and that's
per
not.
person.
They didn't give you each. So there's 7. There was 7 of them. There's 5 of you. So basically, in front of your feet, they dropped 700 gold worth of just assorted small gems for you guys to divvy up amongst yourselves.
I find a particularly shiny one.
Sorry,
and
I
bat it
did
around a
not
little
do
bit.
something more easily divisible by 5.
Are
but
they
It
like?
is,
Are they
so
just raw
140.
gems, or are they polished and cut and everything already?
No, they're raw. They're raw, taken out of the. I mean, they're not cut. They're chipped, but they're basically raw gems.
Okay.
But 100 gold's worth, yeah.
I'm gonna add. Where should we track our just like random party inventory, guys? I think this is the first thing where we have like
You're
a.
our leader. Do you want to be in
You know
charge?
what? That makes sense.
we-
Yes.
Do we want to split it up into
God,
5?
look how
or
weird
just
I
keep
look
it-
without glasses on. I guess
It's
I'm
up to
gonna
you if you want to split it now or just all have.
I'm gonna pull out my abacus real quick
It
and
splits, it's 140.
okay.
It splits up real easy.
Thank you, Nicoya. We can all just add 140 gold worth of gems.
Yes.
Oh boy.
Manage equipment.
Yep. So they do this, and you guys kind of like each, scoop up. Or you guys pick the bag. They put it back in the bags for you, hand you the bags, and you can divvy it up later or whatever. And Kim tells Udki, take these. Oh, excuse me. What are your names?
Oh yeah.
Kelwin. That one's Velmaya.
Hi, I'm Lucky. It's very nice to meet you.
That one's Lucky. That one's Winter. That one's Nicoya.
All right, excellent. And you work for this Oven Darkbrew, who wants to use this as a passageway for, you said, for marketing or for shipping goods or something? Okay. All right, I will think about this. We can discuss it tomorrow. I hope you'll be my guests for dinner tonight. Meanwhile, Udki will show you to your rooms. And until then, you are free to walk around the city, of course. Obviously, you're not prisoners. You can leave any time, but I just ask, keep those pendants visible. They will at least keep people from, some of my citizens from looking at you too suspiciously. You are strange sights here. Expect to attract a group, but as long as those pendants are visible, you shouldn't have any problems.
Do you know, are the pendants, are they simply a sign of allegiance, or is there any magic?
Oh, no. They're just, you're wearing right now the symbol of the Kobold Dragon God Karamuk, who we've named this city after. So by wearing those pendants, you're showing at least some knowledge or affinity toward Karamuk, which is, helps to appease the kobolds. You are outsiders, but you are not strangers. Let's put it that way.
Is there
All I hear
anything
is
in
Velmaya
particular you
crunching.
think we should see in the city? What?
I said all I hear is Velmaya crunching.
Oh my god, you can hear that?
Yeah.
God damn it. Why didn't anybody say anything?
We just
The computer mics are powerful.
Was there anything in particular that we should see in this city? It seems like such an interesting city and there's so much to see. Is there anything that's particularly interesting? Where should we go?
The entire city is just it's. Oh, actually, you could go if you keep going to the way you came in, but follow around these buildings and keep going back. You'll actually see something that I think will surprise you. You'll know it when you see it, but we don't have attractions or our biggest pastime and favorite pastime would be Fog El Rylong. And that is what keeps us busy. And you'll walk by the arena on your way to your rooms.
Arena.
Yes.
Can you tell us what this is? This fog thing?
Of course.
It doesn't
How about I
involve.
tell you? I'll tell you over dinner tonight. I want to
Okay.
spend a little more time with my grandkid, my younger grandkids here.
It doesn't involve death, does it?
No. Of course
Okay.
not. Of course not. We
Mutilation.
built this city to escape death and slavery and mutilation and things like that. No.
Unrocket.
Is there music?
Can there
There's
be?
singing. There could be music. We don't really play, but we do like to sing. We do like to sing.
Okay.
All right, so Udki leads you out of the chamber, and you're bound onto the main street, and you walk down, and not very far away, he leads you into another big building, and you kind of go through one of the doors, and one of those doors opens up into like basically a suite, big room, and then a lot of little sleeping chambers. So it's the beds are leather, like there's no cloth hair. Everything's either leather, but they are like stuff with like straw and probably fur and things like that. There are fur blankets and items like that. But it is, I mean, you're under a cave. It is a nice, like solid, 72 degrees. You guys are comfortable. It is not hot, not humid. It's not cold or damp. It's just very nice,
Do the blankets and stuff smell?
Yeah, probably. I mean, not, you guys have been on the road for a couple days already.
I think I got covered in gore at one point from something. Pretty sure I was not in the spider fight, but in.
Oh, the scorpion fight?
Oh yeah.
Scorpion fight? Did you get covered?
I think someone exploded a scorpion in front of me.
Oh, right. When Winter was trying to take out the poison sac, it exploded and hit you.
Something like that.
Something like that. So yeah, you are covered. But these lizard creatures, they don't. You're not offending them. Let's put it that way. So the rest of your group, you might be a little rank, but this is, this is essentially, 500 BC. No one. It's still acceptable hygiene for the day.
Cool.
You can ask about baths if you want, but.
And
you did notice that when you walked in, all this down here, this is actually water.
I was about to ask, can we ask about that river that's supposed to run through under the mountains?
Sure. Do you want to ask? Well, you guys have been dropped off at your places right now, but it's something you can ask at dinner.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to go exploring, or do you guys want to go right to skip ahead and dinner?
Let's go see that surprising
Yeah.
thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, he said that if you just kept going down the same direction, you would keep going. So you go down and you keep walking, and this goes on. These. When you first came in, you could see like two structures on the sides. This main structure, and it goes back about two more. So two more of those big structures, they go way back. And then when you get past those, the cave definitely starts to shrink, and it becomes more like a grotto. And at the end of it, you can see beautiful, pristine blue water in this cave. And there's a light source coming up from the bottom of it. It's just glowing. And you don't know if it's a light source or just the pool itself glows. But it's just a beautiful, glowing pool. And you see some kobold there, mostly kids sitting there, and it looks shallow, and they're playing in it and splashing each other, and things like that. And it seems to be, and there's been benches carved out from the stone along the side, and a lot of kobold are just kind of hanging out. Some are, some are like chiseling little stone things with little tools, and some are just talking to each other, and some are just watching the kids, and yeah, so just really a nice little hangout spot. So that's what you see.
Cool.
Can we investigate to figure out where the light is coming from?
Sure. All of you rolled an investigation check.
I really just want to lay down on a bench and take a nap by the water.
You can do that too.
Sounds relaxing.
Sounds
That
nice.
does sound nice.
I got a 13.
Investigation 10.
I'm not sure if this should be an investigation. I guess this would be investigation or nature. I was going to say you could roll a nature check too if you wanted to, if your investigation is not that good.
It's the same
Oh, is it? Okay.
for me.
All right. You can't really see it. It's shallow on the ends. It does go way down. There is kind of like some ripples coming out of one side of the cavern. You get the feeling that it might be spring fed. And the best you can figure is it probably has something to do with the minerals inside the lake that are giving off the light. Maybe minerals or some kind of something. There's nothing under it. Nothing above it, but it's probably the lake itself is somehow emitting a glow.
Like phosphorescence or something like that.
I'm
Something like
definitely
that.
just gonna lay down on a bench and have a snooze by the water feature.
Okay. You do know that, you do observe that kobolds are in splashing around, but no one's drinking it. So.
Come get me when it's dinner time.
So you guys want to refresh in the pool and?
I don't want to get in the water.
I don't want to get in the water.
I'll
Okay.
get in the water.
Yeah, I
Okay.
might.
Actually, you know what? I will take my gear off and probably strip down to like pants and then get in.
Okay.
I'm
I'll sit
staying
on
away
the
from water.
edge and put my feet in.
Okay. The water is cool and refreshing.
Yeah, Winter's just gonna kind of like dive under. Go for it.
All right.
Do the kobolds react to us getting in? Do they care that we're there?
No, they are especially they're looking on with, even though there's no reason for amusement, because like they're all completely naked too. They've taken off their armor or clothes or rags or whatever, and they're just not that kobolds wear a lot of clothes to begin with, but they are like, it is they are getting amusement out of those of you who have taken like armor off and maybe shirts or whatever, that tan lines are something they have never seen before. So they are finding great amusement, and then some of them are going like, look around their arms.
What was that, Winter?
Did you say they're children?
Some are there's some children, there's some adults. There's mostly like but you haven't seen. Mostly you've seen like kobolds that are older. You haven't seen anyone like Cam for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But you have seen like a lot of like about the same age as the ones you rescued, some older.
I'm gonna
When-
splash
yeah.
one.
What?
I'm gonna splash one.
Okay.
Just
Okay. Go ahead and
because they're watching my tan lines.
you know what? Go ahead and roll to hit with splash.
Them.
Not hit. I just want to just roll to hit. Humor me. Roll to hit with splash.
What would I roll?
Just a regular roll, a regular athletics roll.
D20.
20.
Ooh, wow, I'm really good at that.
Did you got a 20?
No, I just have a +5 for athletics. 12.
12. Okay. Okay, yeah, you splash him and he looks and he ducks out of the way and then laughs at you and splashes you back, and so
So cute.
you guys have a little splash fight with the kobolds, and
Oh.
Kelwyn is has probably cleaned the goop off his armor and.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm. You do see another kobold come down and like with a basket and starts doing the laundry in there, and so okay, this is kind of a wash up spot. But yeah, so
I stay clear from the water, but clean.
of course. Okay.
So dinner?
Dinner.
All right.
Take a
And
nap.
you
Does
guys,
it count as a
Winter, if you want to take your short rest, you can. You can either do that here at the lake. You could do that at your cabins. Lucky, if you want to do Song of Rest to help her rest, or
I do. I want to do Song of Rest for everybody.
do you
If
want to do
anyone
that?
wants to.
You want to do that here at the grotto or back in your place?
Where is everyone planning on napping? At the grotto?
For
Yeah.
me.
Okay.
Sure.
So, okay, go ahead.
And good night. Have a lovely sleep.
You
Okay.
pull out your ukulele and start playing, and all of a sudden, all the kobolds just look at you and start coming closer and closer and sit at your feet. They have seen nor heard, never
Hello,
seen or heard
children.
anything like this. So now you have a little audience as you're playing your ukulele.
Aw.
Hello, children. Would you like to hear a song?
Yes, yes, yes. They start banging their little heads. Basically doing what you do. Some of them start playing air ukulele.
What kind of music do you like?
We just sing our songs. They don't really understand the question of like kind of music. They just have the music they play, and so they sing chants during the games. I keep having to look this up. The Fuggle, the Fug Elf
What?
Ride Lob games. I don't know how they keep they have to keep they say like they have chants. They do very much like soccer games. Whoa. So yeah, so that happens. So yeah, you have a good time. Kids all love it, and the adults find themselves tapping their feet.
what does one recover in a short rest?
One recovers one.
One 1d10 plus 2.
There is a short rest button on D&D Beyond.
Yeah, but how does it work?
It
It's
just resets
your-
everything that you cover on a short rest.
And
Yeah,
you
so
get a 1d6 from me because I did a
Right.
song.
So
of
you get
rest.
a 1d10 plus your Constitution modifier, and
Right.
plus the whatever modifier it is for Song of Rest, which is an extra 1d6.
Okay. But what's the thing that says total 3? Do you see that, Kelly?
That's your hit dice.
That's your hit dice. How many hit dice you have left? So you could, if you were down a lot of points, you could use 3 hit dice.
Oh.
So so if you get into battle, or if you need to use healing before another long rest, or before a long rest before you healed, after that battle, you could take a short rest and use another.
I see. Okay, sorry.
And I think you get hit dice back. You get 1 dice back per long rest, I believe. Correct, Brian?
I can't remember. I think it's half your spent hit dice rounded down.
Do you see the Song of Healing's a d6?
Yeah. So if you use the
Yes.
hit dice, you get an extra 1d6 from me.
Cool. I rolled a 1.
Plus your Constitution modifier.
Something.
Plus your Constitute, yes. So,
Ooh. Even for the Song of Healing?
No, just for
No,
your
just for
spent
your
hit die.
Got it.
yeah, hit dice modifier, and then 1d6.
Okay.
All right. So you guys do that. Lucky does a little concert. You guys kind of get all freshened up and rest and hang out. And next thing you know, it's time for dinner. So Udki comes and finds you and leads you to Kim's banquet hall. It's not a great, you're not in like a great hall. It's just like a good sized room where it's not like he's dining with his citizens. It's basically him and his, friends and family. There's still a lot of kobolds. And here you see some older kobolds, some that are closer to Kim's age, some that are kind of in between. It's
Do
definitely.
they just grow indefinitely? Are all the old ones like way bigger?
No one knows.
Maybe they're like
Are
gold.
all the old ones way bigger?
All of the old Kim is definitely the biggest.
Okay.
The older ones are definitely like, none of them are like taller than you. Kim just happens to be abnormally large because he is the oldest. But he definitely seems to be an anomaly. But there are some that are definitely like could get there. There's some close to your height and a little bit over your height. But
You on a long rest, you regain up to half of your total hit dice.
okay.
So not just spend ones, but so since if we're level 4, we'd get 2 hit dice back in a long rest no matter what that we have spent. So
right. But anywho, so anything you'd like to ask for dinner, or you just want to blow through dinner to the next day?
I'd like to
I
ask
thought
what
we were
that-
going to learn all kinds of things at dinner.
that fog thing was.
The grotto. What, the grotto is here?
The game.
The fog.
The game.
fog-
The game.
foggy
The game. Oh yes, the game.
thing.
The game, yes. Fog El Relo. It's a game that we've been playing for literally like almost 100 years here. I mean, I can't remember who came up with it. I don't remember honestly if it's something I knew before, something we invented here. But it basically translates. I guess the translation to common would be the whole of glory.
Oh my God.
Okay.
And the way it
Oh.
works,
Okay.
he
Are we
starts
gonna?
he starts drawing out a little map for you, a little thing on like the
Oh
table.
my God.
And the way it works is you have 2 teams of 8.
is this why you had to whip that painting together? Is because you spent 24 hours coming up with a
So
Oh
You-
my God.
go in the court and you have there's 2 teams of 8. One team lines up in a row, and the first contestant from the other team is given a leather ball. It is filled with straw, and it is about this big. It weighs about 5 pounds, and you have to carry it through this gauntlet. And when you get through, the people trying to stop you, they have 2 choices. They can either grab you and hold you and try to keep you in place, or they can try to knock the ball out of your hand. If they knock the ball out of your hand, if you do not get through them and they stop you, you have to, from there, make your shot, throw the ball through the hole at the other end of the court. At their end of the court. As far as you can get through, it shortens the distance. Now, if you break through without dropping the ball or getting hold, you can walk up and just toss it through the hole. The hole is about 8 feet off the ground for you guys, so very tall for them,
it's a
but
tall hole of glory.
a tall hole of glory. Now, if they do knock the ball out of your hands, wherever they knock the ball out of your hands, like let's say you started here, they knocked the ball out of your hand there, they would then get their first shot from here, because it's basically a turnover. So they would be able to pick it up and take the shot from there if they knocked it out. So yes, we are excited to have you join us. We find great pleasure in this game. It is.
What are the rules on using spells, or obviously we don't want to hurt anyone for real, but what can we and can we not use as far
There,
as
well, we don't
gameplay?
really use. It is really. It's never come up. The ball must be thrown. As far as the sporting thing to do, would not to be use magic, and since none of us can use that kind of magic, we have some small little spells that Venzo taught us. But
And will you be using those?
no, that's just for light and conjuring food and things like that.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
They throw a ham at you.
Right. Smash good berries into your face. So yes, so he describes the hole of glory to you, and the first there are 8 holes under here, and so when a ball goes through, it comes out and then rests in like a little scoop at the end, kind of like at the end of a foosball table or whatever, and the ball sits. So whoever fills up 8 of the holes first is the winner.
It's a lot of holes.
A lot of holes.
Gotta fill them all.
Come on.
Oh my god.
DM, this is amazing. Pretty fun. All right. I'm looking very forward to this. This is gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Let's really play this game.
Okay, so he explains to you the game.
I am curious, kind of changing topics here, but what do you know about Venzo? Other than what you've told us already, like how did you become acquainted with him and what
Oh, like I said, he was.
Right.
We had escaped. We had escaped our demon masters who were trekking through these mountains. We stole away at night, and we hid as best we could. And he just happened to come upon us and find us and lead us into this mine and show us this little small, once a small cavern. And originally this cavern actually it was a very small passageway that led all the way to the grotto, and we pretty much carved everything out from there.
what do you know about him?
Just that he was kind. He helped us. He's very old, and he mostly keeps to himself.
Did he ever say anything about family or
He did mention that he had a wife. He would help us with, he would help us with teach us the flames. And he would never stay. He say he would always had to get back to his wife.
So that grotto was here when you guys
Yes,
found this area.
yes. That's why we decided to settle here. It was a source of water.
Is it potable?
No, not that grotto. The lake you crossed over when you entered the city. That is drinkable. We don't use it for much though, because we can conjure water thanks to Venzo. But in emergency or whatever, we can use it. But we think it's spring fed. It does seem to stay fresh.
There's rumors of well, not rumors, it's pretty well known that there's a river that runs under the Araka Mountains. Have you run into that?
Yes,
Is that
yes,
on
yes.
those maps that you said you'd get?
There is a river. I wasn't familiar with what it was. In fact, this mountain range we live in is called the Arakas.
I think so.
Oh, I did not know that. We weren't concerning ourselves with such things when we built this, and we stay to ourselves. In fact, that's so you see suddenly like an idea comes to him, and he says, "I don't know if this can be arranged, but I think I know what I would want in exchange for allowing this people to come past our door. We want scrolls and maps and stories. We have lived over 100 years under the ground, knowing nothing about the world above us, other than what we can occasionally hunt and forage when it's safe. And it's hard to stay entertained. You can only carve so much rock before you run out, and you can only play so many games of Hole of glory. So I
That
will.
is an excellent storyteller.
Excuse
Well,
me.
I
Oh.
was just you should listen to Kelvin tell a story. He can really spin a yarn, that one.
Oh, I look forward to it. But no, I would think.
I just glare at Winter.
and I am
looks like
happy
what
to share any information that I've learned regarding maps and the world as I have traveled widely and everywhere I go create a map.
And I'm happy to let them
Oh.
do that.
Excellent, excellent. We will. Yes, we will discuss that. I will think about it more, but I think that's what we want. Is we want knowledge and diversion. Something to make our lives a little bit richer down here. And as far as your question to the river, if you do continue through the cavern, you will come to not the main cavern you guys had originally entered. If you do continue on that way, it won't be long before you get to the where a underground river does surface and then travel down the rest of the mountains. I assume it would go to a large city, but yes, it does exist. It is here, and it is easy to traverse on foot. I don't know what kind of creatures lurk out there still. I know that, the spiders, obviously, and there have been mysterious reports of some of our hunting parties will go out and not all will come back, and some will get lost, and then their skeletons will be found just a few short days later, which is odd because they're skeletonized far too quickly. In fact, I have been. That is why I was so cross with Udki earlier, is because many of our kobolds have been going out to explore the caves and disappearing and are found later. Like I said, stripped of flesh and muscle and organs, and nothing but mere skeletons. Even their clothes and weapons are gone.
This is a bit less easygoing than you'd originally made it out to be.
Well, the pathway is not treacherous as far as the groundwork. It's very.
Admittedly, what you
it's
made it
very
out to
smooth.
be was far more easygoing than we'd expected it to be. So,
Okay.
somewhere in the
Well,
middle.
I apologize. I was referring more to the actual physical terrain than I was the.
Why don't tomorrow, in exchange for all those, the maps that you promised us, we'll have Lucky here, who I think you've said that you draw maps in your free time or something like that, right? Why don't we have him quickly sketch out a nice little map of the surrounding area for you, and that can be the first one you get of the
I would like that very much.
overworld.
Thank you.
I do have a question on what you said earlier about there being no weapons or clothes left behind. That seems odd if it's by a spider and
Don't know if it's a
cocoon.
spider or not. Could be other creatures out there.
Okay.
You said your people escaped from a demon originally. Is that demon still around, or is it gone? Or
You gonna sell your soul to that one too?
bug off?
Sell. Nice. The demon, as far as I know, I do not know. I mean, most demons are eternal. I'm sure he's still alive. The fact that he hasn't found us, I consider Kolomuts looking down upon us. But I have no idea what happened to them.
Okay.
As far as we know, he hasn't come looking for us, and quite frankly, I wish he would, because if he found me, he would have to deal with hundreds of my kin now. Or my subjects, not kin. They're not all related.
We're just friends.
That'd be a
They're
lot
just-
of kids.
So.
That's what it sounds like.
Yes.
It's the
So
legendary
any other
kobold
questions?
god dragon, Cuddlebutt.
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 Cuddle Mac.
Right.
Now it's
Okay. So
Cuddlebutt.
any other Cuddlebutt now? Any other questions? And you guys have, as you guys have been talking, you guys have been brought, some generic, breads and things that you could see being conjured. They're kind of bland, but every once in a while there's like,
Just
slices of
picturing
goat.
us eating like Wonder Bread and bologna sandwiches.
But every once in a while there are
Fish?
there are
Is there fish? I love fish.
there are no fish, but
They're
there
those
are
fish sticks that you found in your freezer and you can't remember when you bought them, and they just cooked them up because
They're
it's what they
covered in
had.
froth.
Yeah,
There
yeah.
is some sliced meat and some goat cheese and some goat's milk and like some things with flavor and some jams. They've obviously harvested berries in the summer and have started. They're kind of going through the last of their stores, and now that the spring is here, and so you're getting some of the leftover jams and anything they've managed to preserve.
Is it like a
Um,
mushroom sauce? There should be mushrooms down here, right?
Oh, there must be great mushrooms down here.
Yes, there are plenty of mushrooms. Mushrooms everywhere.
Ooh, what kind of mushroom?
Yeah.
Academic.
Right now,
Yeah.
just the yummy kind. You can
Just
ask
the
about the
yummy?
psychedelic kind if you want.
The mushrooms
No, I
of
just
glory.
would like.
Gross.
Ew.
Well, you guys start talking about mushrooms, and he starts going on about mushrooms. Oh yeah, we have all kinds of mushrooms. In fact, we have a mushroom growth area to one side of the city. We have some people taking care of those mushrooms, and you have to make sure you eat the right mushrooms, though, because some are tasty, some are religious, and some are deadly.
Religious
The
mushrooms?
mushrooms are religious, or people are religious about the mushrooms?
Oh no, we use them as
Same
in
question.
our religious
Yeah.
ceremonies. They open our minds when we commune with
Ooh.
when we
Oh,
commune
can
with
we have
Cuddlebutt. We open our minds.
Oh, can we have some cuddlebutt mushrooms?
Um, I quite frankly don't know what they would do to you. I mean,
Let's
we've
not.
been
We have
cultivating them for kobolds.
we got shit to do. Maybe on our way back, Lucky, you can eat some fucking
I
religious
could
mushrooms.
give you some on your way out, and you could maybe test them when you are safely in
Okay.
to be back at your home.
I
More
promise, Calvin,
safe-
I won't have any until we get someplace safe.
a more safe space, and he agrees to get you a variety of the mushrooms they grow. In fact, yeah,
Except for the deadly ones.
yeah. Well,
Actually, maybe I might be able to use them. As
Actually.
long as they're marked clearly.
so you start talking about the properties of mushrooms and how you might use them.
Most
and
of
he's
them are
got-
marked with a smiley face, and one's marked with a dead
Yeah.
X's and frowny.
Oh yeah. Now I gotta. Okay. So yeah, he says
DM's like, now I gotta come up with fucking mushrooms.
pretty much. So he says he will get you those before you leave, before you guys go on your way.
Thank you.
So yeah. So anything else you want to ask or? Okay.
I feel like we have a long conversation about mushrooms,
You have a long conversation about mushrooms. Yep.
and then awkward silence.
Awkward silence.
Yes.
Well, no, nothing's really awkward. There's a lot of chatter going on, and every once in a while, Kim has to remind everyone to speak in Common rather than Draconic, so you can understand the conversations going around you. Most of them a lot of them are like giggling, and people are still kind of like looking at Valmaya and Nicoya a little bit suspiciously, but obviously warmed up to them. And just the Kobold's history with demons is not good. So
Where's Tags?
Tags. Oh yes. Thank you for asking. That's very considerate of you. He's resting. He will want to give you his thanks in person, I'm sure. But he's resting up because he is one of our better players, and he wants to have the honor of playing with you
Oh,
tomorrow.
glad we could
If you will.
save all of your goopy pus pals for you. So
That's their
Goopy
team name.
spells. Oh,
that's our team.
okay. Okay. Oh, okay.
When we play Hole of Glory, we're all gonna be goopy pus
Oh
pals.
my god.
All right.
No.
we're the mushroom you don't want coming through the hole.
Well, with that, we'll say dinner ends. And do you guys want to explore the nightlife or go to bed, or rest up for tomorrow, or?
I'm gonna rest up for tomorrow and go to bed.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
I
assume
think we
you
need to
don't-
be at our best for
Yeah,
what is it? The Whole of Glory
the
game?
whole of glory.
Hole of Glory.
Yes,
Does that
Fog El Rey
start
Loft.
early in the morning, or is it an afternoon kind of thing? Are there any other
usually-
festivities?
Usually an early afternoon thing. Yes.
Not
How do
all
we
day
even
then.
know what time it is?
Oh,
What the
that is a
fuck?
good
We're
question.
in a cave. How do we know?
You guys, it's most. I don't know. That's a really good question. We don't.
Did Venzo give
We
you
had
a
a
magic
really
clock?
long talk about
Dude,
mushrooms.
just all we're gonna have it when we feel like it, and it's just when
Yes,
everyone
pretty
feels
much.
like it.
There's a sleep cycle that has started. I don't know why we wake, when we wake. It's just something that happens. Sometimes we will go to sleep, sometimes we won't. If we know something is going to happen, like the tournament of the Holes of Glory will be, it's usually on a specific day, and people know when that is, and they get ready for it, and everything kind of revolves around that, really. A sporting event. It's like,
Well, we'll ask Venzo about it.
Yeah.
He might know.
he might. It's just something we've never thought about. We don't really have, from what I remember about life in the demon cities and the other cities, is we don't have commerce. We don't have jobs. We don't have shops and stores. We make what we need. We go to people who conjure when we need them. There are stores. It is very much a.
Who knew kobolds were socialists?
Nice.
Who knew? They're more like, they're communards, I guess.
I do have a question about the game tomorrow.
Yes.
Are we assigned teams, or will we all be on the same team?
Oh, I hadn't thought that far. You can be on the same time if you like, or if you want to join other teams, that's fine as well.
Is there a
I
I
prize?
think
you
we
would
should
want
be
to
on
be
the
on the-
same team.
I assumed you would want to be on the same team, but there are teams of 8, so we will give you. We will let 3 of our kobolds join you to fill out the ranks.
Is there a prize for winning?
Glory.
Fine prize indeed.
I see.
Yes.
Hey, also, that was quick, Dom.
Yeah.
So I'm going to assume you guys don't want to get into the game right now.
No.
I
Yeah,
don't think
I'm
we have enough
excited.
time to adequately and thoroughly enjoy
Nope.
the whole of Glory. So
All glory.
we want
So,
full
Not a
yeah,
quickie.
glory
Alright,
in the
so-
morning.
yeah, unless you guys have any other questions or role playing you want to do, we can call it an evening.
Sounds good.
Okay, and for killing the spiders, and more importantly, for not killing the kobolds, and
Winter.
being allowed to led to Cuddlebutt, you guys are all level 4.
That means we can
Congratulations.
either pick a feature or our
Feature,
ability score
yep,
improvement. right?
feature or ability score improvements. So just let me know what those are before next week. And if you have any questions, let me know.
Do you know, so I tried to do a long rest and then it like reset my.
You have to uncheck this box that says reset maximum HP changes.
So now I don't know what my max HP is supposed to be.
Well, good thing you
Your
told.
max HP is, I believe you're at 23 right now, but now that you're level
Okay.
4, it will go up by either
Ooh.
1d. Yeah, it'll either go up 1d10 plus your constitution, or I think there's like the automatic you can take too, which is probably like 5 plus your constitution or 6 plus your constitution or something.
Fun. Ooh, ability score improvement. Yeah.
And with the ability score improvement, you can add 2 points to any ability you take. You can split it up, and add that to, so you could either have a right now I think your dex, yeah, so you can either add 1 to 2 different abilities, or you could add 2 to 1, and nothing can go above 20. I don't think any of you guys have. I think one of you has an 18 of something.
We can do
Oh,
all this
yay.
after the
If you will.
outro.
What?
We can do all this after we sign off.
We can do that. All right. Well, hey, all, thank you. Thank you
Sorry.
for watching. If you watched, and if you want to listen to Tales of the Brunch Club, you can do so at rescuedbydragons.com, or look for Rescued by Dragons wherever fine podcasts are available, and ours. And hope you join us next week for the Whole of Glory.
Oh God.